terms of the documentary now, when you all went there and you had access obviously to Barca and Real Madrid, in terms of the whole behind the scenes that you were able to do, what kind of access were you granted?
Well, I think because of the situation, because of the club's policies, first we were in Barcelona, and we were able to we were involved with Chemi, who's their head of the PR there, and they were very helpful in helping us get interviews and inviting us to press conferences, and that was really nice. But we had those set up. We had been communicating with them before, but Real Madrid wasn't quite as inviting at first, and I think that's also part because Barca is a very political club that invites you to talk about politics, and they've always have been like that. And Real Madrid doesn't want to be involved in politics because of, I think, it's not a great name for them, and because anytime the name Franco is mentioned or something, they would freak out. So we had to be very careful about what we asked and how we asked it and the order. But once they realized that we would cooperate with their guidelines, and they gave us strict guidelines on what we couldn't ask, and we respected that. And so once we were there, they really opened up and realized we're not trying to make some extreme video, but I don't think they will be too happy on the results, just because we did talk about politics and history, and they want to talk about their success, about sport, which is just their philosophy, which is, you have to respect it. But Barcelona doesn't mind talking about it because they feel like the victims, so they feel like that's the first thing they do want to mention. They want to tell you about that, how some general came into the locker room and threatened the players or whatever, whatever their version of the story is.
Right, I understand. And when you actually who actually won that game that year? It was 2010, right?
Yeah, Barcelona won 2-0 in the Bernabeu with a goal by Pedro and Messi.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a great game.
Yeah.
And when you look at the film now, what is your favorite part of it?
I don't know. It's first of all, it just impresses me how it's evolved, and we just had thousands and thousands of minutes of footage, and we have to cut it down to 59 minutes. I'd say I just thought that one thing that we did a really, really good job of is just getting a mix of fans. We have the old grandpas in the corner bar that are like Barca fans, but they're arguing with each other because they're different kind of Barca fans. And then we have, we interviewed two of my buddies, and one's a hardcore Real Madrid fan and one's a hardcore Barca fan, but they're friends. And just to see show how these people, coexist in society every day. And then we have, really prestigious journalists, that are, Ramon Bessa from El País, who covered the whole World Cup and who covers the Monday paper, the Monday's resume or summary of the game, to John Carlin, who wrote Invictus, and then the players that we got access to. But I guess of the actual making the film, I really enjoyed interviewing Thierry Henry, just because he's just a gentleman and a great guy. I think he was supposed to give us 7 minutes, and he hung out with us for like the whole hour. And
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that was nice. But yeah, I'm excited. You should email me and let me know what you think about it too. And just you mentioned it, but the film is called El Clasico, More Than a Game.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of that, how can people see this? People from all over this country and hopefully around the world are going to end up seeing this interview. So how can someone who's interested in seeing it see it?
So you can order it. As of now, it can be ordered on our website, which is www.elclasico.org. and so we are in negotiations with the different Spanish television stations that own the footage rights. So we're still getting, we can't sell it to TV yet because we don't have distribution rights.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're finalizing those steps to be able to, I think Gold TV is interested and Fox Sports Soccer is interested. And then even outside the United States, I think is where we will get our most interest, in abroad markets, Brazil, South America, United Kingdom. I don't know how it'll do in Spain. We're taking it back. We've just been invited to the Barcelona Sports Film Festival, so we're heading back early May, and so we'll see. I mean, it's kind of like, we're taking their topic and showing it to them, and we'll see how they, I guess one way you can look at it is if we piss off both fans, that means we did a decent job.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Congratulations about that. That's really great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I understand that some players are going to see this, have a pre-screening of it.
Yeah, I think that's what we're working out the details on that. And then another way to see it is if people, whoever's viewing this, want to get organized. It doesn't take much to get us to your city, your local city. I mean, it's about we've done Santa Monica, we've done East Los Angeles, we've done Chico, the town that we're from, and we sold out our big theater there. There was like 800 people. Then we've done the Pacific Northwest. We sold out in Portland because there's a lot of soccer culture up in the Pacific Northwest. And then we had a nice show up at in Seattle as well. And so if people, it's not that difficult. It's all about finding it's about finding a venue. And, a theater is always ideal, but if there's some sort of other auditorium or a university, but we've realized with trying to do these events, it's tough, because we want to at least break even on our expenses to get out there. And documentary films are not the big money making industry. So
I've heard.
We've donated our sweat and time, but it's about being able to get the people to the event, and we've charged $5 at the door. We're trying to make it affordable for all audiences, but it's about finding a venue that's not going to charge too much, doing some promotion, talking to the local media, and getting it hyped. And then we're going to do a couple fundraiser events in the Bay Area, San Francisco area, before we take off to Barcelona.
That's $5 for Barca fans and $20 for Real Madrid fans, right?
There you go.
Hey, they're the wealthier club.
Yeah. I don't know about wealthier fans, though. It's about equally broke.
That's awesome. That really is awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to add that you think is important about the film that you want people to know about the documentary El Clasico more than a game?
Yeah, it's just and then when I was explaining about getting the rights, is we have footage of. If you're going to make a football documentary, you want to have goals and all that exciting stuff. But that's the stuff that's really expensive to buy from the Media Pro is Gold Television, not Gold TV, Gold Television, and they own the rights to La Liga, just as Sky Sports owns the right to the EPL. So it's just a great combination of historians and politicians and players and fans and goals, and you see the beautiful country of Spain. We shot it all in HD, so it's great quality, and it was a student-made film, but it's not a student project. It's definitely a professional video, and people should buy it online. It's a great gift. It's anyone that is a fan for either team, and it's just for anybody who's a sports fan. It's great for so many different people. Because if you're a Barcelona fan, you'll enjoy it. If you're a Real Madrid fan, you'll enjoy it. If you're into politics, you'll enjoy it. If you're into history, you'll enjoy it. Every person has their part of the film that they like, and it's just not it's fairly complex. It goes into the whole regional, and then also you see beautiful soccer, and you see we're trying to add a few more goals in for our next we just keep improving until we can sell it, and then we'll have our final version. But we're trying to add a few more goals. But yeah, it's a great documentary film, and it was a great project to be involved in. And for me, I got to hang out and meet all those, those my heroes as they're. And then I also gained a little, respect for Real Madrid. I'm a hardcore Barcelona fan, but it's a different way. Their organization works differently, but they're successful, and so yeah, I think it's a very balanced film. But everyone will have their own opinion, so they should just see it for themselves.
I understand. Well, I hope a lot of people end up doing it. Devin, tell me again the name of the website. I'm sorry, the web address, so that people can go and get more information.
Yeah, the web address is www.elclasico.org, and the film is and the film is called El Clasico: More Than a Game.
Excellent.
So,
excellent. And there's another El Clasico coming at the end of this month between Real Madrid and Barcelona. So that could be an interesting way for people who've never seen, that kind of rivalry in action to get a more in-depth understanding of it.
Yeah, while people are in the El Clasico mode, they can have purchased the film and then watch it before or after if they need more.
And hopefully the results will be the same. Barca ends up winning, just like they did in 2010. Not that I'm biased,
Yeah. No, it's okay. And it's also nice that Real Madrid is doing great this year, and another comment. Is just now is the time. Spanish football is on the up right now. Of the 8 teams in the semifinals of the Europa League and the UEFA Champions League, you've got 5 Spanish teams, or you can argue that there's 1 Catalan team, 1 Basque team, and 3 Spanish teams. And then there's 1 English team, 1 Portuguese team, and 1 German team. So that's just exciting that, people have always talked about Barcelona and Real Madrid being so successful because they play in a weak league, when you have Valencia, Atletico Madrid, and Athletic de Bilbao. Athletic Bilbao could be another interesting documentary, but that's a team that only has Basque players, and they knocked out Manchester United from Europa League. They knocked out Schalke, where Raúl González, the Real Madrid superstar, plays now. So it's an interesting time for Spanish soccer and Spanish sports in general. It's a country that's producing a lot of amazing athletes. So yeah, so check it out.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you again for taking the time. Thanks, Devin Collins from El Clasico: More Than a Game, that documentary. Check it out at elclasico.org. Thanks,
Thank
Devin.
you.
Take care.
Take care.